Nittany Lion basketball head coach Patrick Chambers joins GoPSUSports.com. Coach, before we get into basketball, tell the fans how the knee rehab's going. How you doing?
That has been the topic of conversation for many months. It's going great. Saz has done a great job. Dr. Sebastianelli really took care of me. It's just great to walk. I got to tell you, it was a humbling experience being on crutches for 2 months, not being able to pick up your kids, not being able to do the little things that you do in life. And we took a couple days off, was able to take walks on the beach and push the stroller and take a bike ride. So I'm ready for practice.
Well, let's talk about year one. All along, you talked about laying that foundation, getting the things you wanted to get done, and have the best team you had all year in March. Did you do that?
I really believe we did. We laid the foundation of attitude, and what that means to everybody on the outside world is playing hard, hustling, diving, taking charges, doing whatever necessary to grind and show some grit out there. And maybe it didn't reflect our record, and maybe it didn't reflect the scoreboard, but I felt like those kids really competed, and they really tried, and they came every day. Regardless of only having 4 wins in the Big Ten, they came, they competed, they wanted to get better, they were excited about the direction we were headed in, and that's all you could ask for. And I really felt with the guys that we had together, the youth that we had on the team, I felt like we were the best team we could be by the end of the year.
What did you learn about the team last year?
I learned a lot about their courage and their heart. I learned a lot about Tim Frazier and who he was and who he's becoming, and he still has room for growth. I would tell you about Jermaine Marshall, a guy who not many people thought much of. 2 points one year, now 10 points last year. I think the light has come on for him. So individually, guys have stepped up. John Graham, another guy who's done some things for this team. And it's good to see that they want to be good. They want to be successful. And that's what our locker room is, because it starts in the locker room. If the locker room's cohesive, if it's tight and there's good chemistry, you're going to see the domino effect onto the floor.
What about the staff? Year one of the staff together as a group. What did you think of their effort?
Staff was phenomenal. They worked so hard. I don't think people understand that this is a 365-day-a-year job, 24/7, because we're always accessible to these kids, to recruits. At any point, if they call us, we got to be ready. But I mean, they worked hard. They traveled all over the country. They developed these players. They developed trusting relationships with these players. They did a great job with adjustments and scouting and things of that nature. So these guys really, I'm happy with our staff. I'm excited about our staff. We're going to be together for a while here. And as a head coach, as the CEO, you need a great cabinet and a great supporting cast, and I have that.
Give the fans an idea. You touched on the travel a little bit, but how much is the staff and you on the road during the course of the year?
It's now you're only allowed 3 guys out at one time, but the month of July was definitely hectic. Even though they broke it up into 5 days, it was crazy. I mean, we were in Vegas, we were in Orlando, we were in Milwaukee, we were in New Jersey, we were in Philadelphia. I mean, we were all over. We were all over the country, and then you'd come back here, and then you get 2 hours to work out with your guys. So there's no rest for the weary. There's no decompress. There's no one day to kind of pull yourself together and say, hey, let's exhale for a second. No, as soon as you got back, you had 40 minutes for 3 days, and then you're figuring out where you were going for the next destination, who committed, who didn't commit, where it was just an incredible month. July is a blur. Just take it off the map. Take it off the calendar for me and my staff, because it's crazy. And I sent my family away. I said, go away. I'm not going to see you anyway. Just go away. So they did.
Let's shift gears into Tim Frazier. Describe your relationship with your point guard.
I would say, and I hope he would say, much like a father-son relationship, a second father, I'll say. We're very close. We spend a lot of time together, and not only is he a leader and our captain, but he's a point guard, and he needs to be an extension of me. And I've done that in my short time as a head coach. I've always developed strong relationships with all my players, but maybe a little bit more so with the point guard, because they're out there, trying to push what I'm saying, defend, rebound, running the offense, doing little things, communicating with the other guys how we want things done. And his summer was phenomenal. I mean, Deron Williams, he played so well there. He goes to LeBron James, and every step of the way, he was here the whole summer. So he's only had 2 weeks off. He's had an amazing summer as far as development, as far as maturity, and he took classes, and he excelled in the classroom. So a big-time summer. I'm looking for big things out of him this coming year, and I think he's looking for big things out of himself. Here's a perfect example. They're coming back this weekend. He wants the first week. Coach, I got the first week. DJ and I, we got it. Jermaine and I, we got it. We're going to run the workouts. We're going to run everything. Let us get it going. And to me, as a head coach, and I want the players to take ownership of this program, ownership of what the alumni see and the students see out there. That was the greatest thing. That was music to my ears. And I see that as an all Big Ten player. He's only going to continue to get better because he hasn't gotten there yet. Everybody thinks he's arrived. He hasn't arrived yet.
You mentioned DJ. What will DJ on the floor this fall do for Tim Frazier?
He's going to open up space. I mean, they have to worry about DJ Newbill. He's 6'4", 6'5", 205. He's lost 20 pounds since he's been here. He's like 6% body fat. The guy is a running back in the NFL is what he is. But he is so talented, so gifted, high IQ for the game, can get a shot whenever he wants it. Five guys can't cover Tim Frazier anymore. I was watching film yesterday because that's what we do as coaches, even though it's August. I was watching the Ohio State game, and I know you're probably thinking, why are you watching that game? Well, I need to get better as a coach. But it was great to see 5 guys in the paint covering Tim Frazier. And they're Jared Sullinger, they're first-round picks. So with DJ Newbill, they can't do that. They got to open things. It's going to open things up a little bit, and I think it's going to help Tim. And also, it's going to give Tim a little bit of a break because DJ can play the point as well.
When you bring in Jermaine into that mix too, what do you think of the backcourt this fall?
I'm excited about those 3 guys right there. I just said it earlier. I think the light has come on for Jermaine Marshall. He's going on his 4th year. He was a medical redshirt 1 year. He's grown up. He's matured. He had a great summer academically, athletically. I mean, he's jumping higher than he ever had. I mean, he was dunking the ball in games last year. I know that's like a shock to everybody's system, but that's what we need out of him. But his 3 has gotten better. We need him to stretch the defense a little bit. He's probably our best shooter as far as 3-point shooting, and he needs to continue that. But he also needs to mix it up. But what he's given us is another leader to help those guys. He's out on the floor. He's telling the freshmen what to do. He knows me now. I've spent a ton of time with him as well. He knows me. He knows what I want, and he's guiding and helping Tim and DJ, which is critical.
Talk about the front court. What type of progress have you seen from that group?
John Graham had a really good summer. He is chiseled. I'm trying to use different words here, but he is chiseled. He was up at 250 in December, and I just felt like it was too heavy. So Brad Pentel and I, we sat down. We said, we got to. He's got to lose some weight, and that's what he did. And now he's walking around with the tank tops on, he's feeling good. You can see his 6-pack. There's no belly there anymore. He's light on his feet. He's jumping better. His feet are better. He's catching. He's finishing. You got to remember, he was a freshman last year, and we threw him right into the fire. I mean, he started 75% of the games. So for him to progress like he did, especially in the Big Ten, I mean, that's what we saw this summer. We saw a confident kid, again, excelled in the classroom, 2 Bs. So he's feeling good about himself, and I'm feeling good about him heading into the season.